Hello and welcome to Pass Podcast. My name is Pasco Mukabila, and our guest this week is DJ Fresh, who is a radio personality. So we're trying to discuss, music-wise in Luapula, and of course also just to try and talk about radio in Luapula province. DJ Fresh, welcome to Pass Podcast.
Thank you very much, Pasco. Thank you for having me on this podcast.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been fantastic. I don't know how you've been.
I'm trying. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for some of us who know DJ Fresh, we have heard you on different radio stations within the province, and we know a little information about you. But I'm sure others who are listening to this particular podcast would love to know who DJ Fresh is. Who is DJ Fresh?
Well, DJ Fresh is a simple guy, born and bred in Mansa. You might say, so you're gonna mention a marriage, but then those are for another day. But yeah, it's just a guy born and bred in Mansa, a guy who's so much into radio and music. Just some entertainment-wise, yeah.
Great. So, when did you start radio? If we might start from there.
Yeah, radio started way back in 2014. When it started with fan club, to go for some fan clubs on different radio stations. Then in 2015, that's when we really got into radio. When I just started to say, even DJ Fresh came up. Yeah, that's when it all started. That is 2015.
And how has been your experience over the years that you have been on radio, from just the fan club up until now that you are a veteran now, if I may put it that way?
Okay, well, yeah, the experience has been quite unique. It has been challenging, it has been exciting, frustrating, but all in all, it has just been exciting. It's been a journey that I really didn't expect to even get me to where I am right now.
Listeners have heard DJ Fresh from radio A to B, then from B to A, again back to B. What has been really going on with DJ Fresh in terms of transitioning from radio A to B and stuff like that?
Okay, when I started with Radio A, it was really fantastic. Then we had a change of managers. Then the manager that came in, we started to differ a little bit. Then on my part, I started to do a few things that was not pleasing. Then on his part, I think, it started to piss me off. I started pissing him off. So for us just to find a better solution, just for me to leave and maybe work for another radio station, which also ended up being a very fantastic experience, working for a different radio station.
And then went back again to A.
Yeah, I went there, the other radio station. It was fantastic. It was great. It was great. Then the previous manager that I worked with with Radio A came back to Radio A, and he had to sit me down. We had to talk. Gave me better conditions from Radio B. And you know how it is, when you're given a better offer, you just have to shift. But then with Radio B, there are no hard feelings. I had to sit down with the manager. I told him, and he told me to say, maybe in the near future you might come back and work for us. That's how I had to switch back to Radio A.
Okay, and when we talk about radio in Luapula, are we heading in the right direction? We have more than 3 radio stations now in Luapula. What is your analysis when it comes to radio in general? Are we in the right direction, content-wise, music-wise?
I think yes. We're starting to understand radio now. When it comes to presenters, we're starting to understand radio a little bit more. Content-wise, I'd say we have a few things that we need to learn. Looking at the way radio is being done in other provinces and the way we're doing it here, I think content-wise, we have a few things that we need to patch up.
Like what?
Like content generation, knowing what to do on radio, how to go about it. You find radio for other presenters, they're taking it as a way to become famous, and you can be famous.
I was on radio. Shout out to DJ Who.
Shout out to DJ Who. Shout out to mom and dad, your friends there, so that when you're going back home, on your way home, people get to
that's the man on radio. But do you think the management in these radio stations are doing a good job when it comes to orientations? Because I remember when we were on radio, we started radio, we were oriented and told us the do's and don'ts. Do you feel the same is the same energy is applied now towards the new presenters on radio stations?
No, I don't think the same energy is being applied. Because like you said, the time that's way back on radio stations when we were auditioning, when we were starting radio, you would find you finish like a month, even close to 2 months. You're just going there, you go like in the recording booth, you record the show maybe for an hour. A month you've never even stepped into their own air studio. But now that is not happening. There you just apply, they see you've got good grammar, you can talk on radio. That's it, you're going there. They don't even give you like the full do's and don'ts. Because there's some time back I heard somebody use the F word on radio, and so I was like, what is this really happening on radio?
And it's comfortable like that.
Yeah, and even the show continues.
And sometimes, I feel it's lack of knowledge. That, like we are saying, if somebody is properly oriented, I don't think they can be able to use that particular word on radio, live radio.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think management is really into like the presenters monitoring them, what is happening. I think they're more focused on others. I think they're more focused on the financial side. They're not overseeing to say, okay, what is happening, who's going on radio, how is this person, the background, say, okay,
Do you think exposure is also lacking on both the management and also the presenters?
I can say on the management. For you to be in management, at least you have to know the technical know-how. So I think maybe on the presenter side, I think it's lacking a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about music in Luapula. At some point, you on radio, you tried to promote the local artists. You brought them on several occasions on radio, and I feel that was just like one way of promoting the artists that we have in Mansa. How did that go really with the promotion of local content, the local artists?
Yeah, that project started really fine. Like, it was really great. It started getting artists, and for that one we were putting it on social media, so even people were seeing, not only here in Mansa, but even other people would see, okay, what this person, they give them like, okay, promoting. It started really well, but then you know how it is financially, you know how it's draining on the radio station. They have bills to pay, so we started requesting to say, okay, guys, we can be bringing something, just something for the radio station that we can give to the radio station, so to keep the program running. And then now that's created a huge debate. Now the DJs or presenters, they're demanding for money for them to play our music.
They're stealing money.
They're stealing money. They're stealing money, and I was like, no, for us artists, we work a lot. We have to put in the time to write music. We find money to go to the studio, money for promotions and the whatnot. But then we told them, if you can find all that money and take it to the studio, you give websites, why can't you find a little bit of that money and bring it to the radio station so that we also promote music? But
and I feel that has been the debate for a long period of time now, where artists, they will say, look, presenters are paid for playing music, for being on radio. Why should we pay money for the presenter to play our music? On the other end, the presenters are also saying, look, there's a difference between airplay and promotion.
Yes.
If you pay, we promote your music.
That's how it is. Like you said, presenters are paid to be on radio, play music. Yes, I'm paid to do that. But when I go on radio, I'm going to go on radio with my own playlist. Yeah. So if I go with my own playlist, you're not on my playlist, so I'm going to play music that is on my playlist. You've not paid anything. You've not paid for anything for promotion. You've not paid something that is going to tell the manager to tell me to say, yo, play this person's music, this person has paid. But then if you don't pay, like they used to say, if you don't pay, it will not show. So for me, I have to wait for somebody to request for music, then I'm going to play it.
But if the music is good?
The music is good, I'm going to play it. And that is where the problem is also is. You bring me a song that is really, really not really up to date. The editing is very poor. The content of the music, you're using vulgar language, and you want me to play that song on radio again. That is not going to happen.
And I think this is the challenge that I usually see, or I've observed with some artists, especially the local artists. I think there's need for, I don't know if it's orientations or something, because sometimes artists, they don't really know what type of music should be played on radio.
Yes.
They would even accuse the presenter of not playing the music, when in the actual sense the music is not really ideal to be on radio.
That's what is happening. You want me to say, okay, like radio stations, most radio stations have a music schedule. The music schedule is telling me to play R&B music, and soft music. And then you're a hip hop artist, and then you want me at the same time to play the same hip hop. But you've heard I'm only playing soft jams, but then you want me to play hip hop at the same time. That's not going to happen. You have to wait for the next presenter that is going to come through. If it's going to be playing, he or she, they're going to be playing hip hop or hype music, yeah, they're going to play your music, but not when it's not allowing me to play that kind of music.
Great. I feel as a province, we're not really doing much to be heard at national level in terms of like music wise. When you look at our friends on the Copper Belt, they're doing a tremendous job when it comes to promotion and just being heard at national level. We have heard some artists from Southern Province, the likes of King Ellis. We have heard Muzo aka Alfonso from Northern Province. Do you think in Luapula Province we have big names coming from Luapula? Do you have anybody that we can point at and say that big artist is coming from Luapula?
Yeah, I have a few artists that are from Luapula here that have made it. But yeah, they have not really. Look at King Ellis. I was saying the other day, he's also pushing for another artist that is from the same province. He's pushing for the same artist. I've never heard of the artist, but because I'm following King Ellis on his page, he's from Southern. He's pushing for that person.
Yeah.
Even if that person releases a song, you find the artwork is on his page. But here it's not happening. You find we've got artists here who are very good, who are producing good music. But the big artists, you won't find them promoting artists from here.
So you're saying that the big artists from Luapula, but the issue is that they're not going back to where they're coming from to go and promote the artists who are in need of the help.
That's how I'm saying it. That's how I'm saying it. They're not really pushing for artists that are from where they're coming from. I'm not trying to say you only have to help people that are from your province. So what they're saying is they also have to push. We raise the bar. We raise the bar. Say, okay, Luapula is coming out.
But themselves, do you think they're also pushing their music as local artists, just among themselves?
I think
because I feel it starts from you as a person or as an individual. Rather, you push your music, then outside world will see and say, okay, I think let's help this person is doing something about this music.
I think they are pushing, but with the way it is, the music, the way I've seen it here, artists here, they're not really united. Within here, the province here, they're not really united. You find this one puts out a very nice song, a very cool jam, but that person is only going to be promoting by themselves. You won't find artists sharing the artwork or the songs so that at least they can get a bigger audience. They're not really united. Yeah, but when you bring out a song,
you should promote it
for yourself.
But sometimes I feel there's just even that thing where, as a local artist, when people are praising you locally, you feel like, okay, I've arrived, I'm already there at the finishing line. Do you think this is what is happening?
That is where the huge problem is. When you produce a song, we get to listen to it maybe in the club. We get to tell you, this song is very nice,
and that's it for you.
That's it. We tell you that, and we tell the next person to say, oh, this song that is playing, this is the guy that has done it. You get a taste of that little bit of what can happen, a little bit of fame. Say, okay, yeah, now I think I've made it. Since when I go home in my neighborhood, everybody knows me. Say, oh, I'm the guy that has done this song. I think they get to relax now.
And last year, I think end of last year, we had a lot of songs coming from Samfia, represented by this group of young talented artists, NAC Unity. What do you make of their music, and how did you feel when their songs were all over social media and Luapula Samfia was mentioned everywhere?
I really felt like sense of pride. This is something that is coming from Luapula. Luapula has got talent, and those guys they had a really strong message. So when I saw it on social media, and at first I didn't even hear about them. It was just one of those things where you're checking out on Facebook, you're scrolling, and then you just find, oh yeah, this is happening. Have you heard of these guys? I'm like, these guys, where are they from? They're from Samfia. And that sense of pride was in there in me. These guys from Luapula. And it was really good. You find even people from Lusaka were sharing the same songs. They've not even met the guys. They've never even heard of them, but then
because of the message.
Yeah, the message.
Do you feel other artists, local artists, should emulate what NAC Unity has done in terms of promoting their music? Is it just the content or the production? What should the other artists within the province learn from NAC Unity? Because I mean, they've made a name. They performed at the inauguration ceremony, and they've performed on several occasions at national level, big events. What should they learn? These other local artists, what are some of the things that they can learn from the group?
I think it's not only about the content of the music or the message. Look at the creative part.
Yeah.
There was a lot of creativity in what they were doing. The way they went about it.
Even the videos.
Yeah,
you check the videos.
Yes, in the videos there was a lot of creativity. So ideas. Those guys, they were together. It's not only one person. They put ideas together. So they have to learn from the guys to say, it's not only about me. I can tell, we can sit down where we're talking right now. We're sharing ideas. You might not know. Maybe that silly idea that I might have is the next big thing that might push us forward.
Okay, so as we wind up, what sort of encouragement do you have to the upcoming radio presenter and also upcoming artists within the province, first of all?
Within the province, when it comes to the artists, like you mentioned, I think of when you bring out a song, just because it has blown out here locally, and you've gotten a little bit of fame, you get to know about. Don't relax. Just keep pushing forward. Push for that song. Push for the next one. Look for another feature, because a feature, they say it's only the icing on the cake. So push for a feature. Keep pushing. Yeah, don't let down. Seek out advice from bigger artists. We've got bigger artists here in Mansa, here in Luapula. Seek advice from them. Know the next step to go.
Yeah,
that's for upcoming artists. And then for
the presenters,
I think if you're really into it, seeing yourself bigger, maybe from just not being a radio presenter but also a TV presenter. Try watching a lot of TV, maybe even listening to a lot of radio. Just put on your headsets. Try to listen to what other people are doing. The creative parts, try to record yourself, maybe talking to yourself, because a lot of people, we talk to ourselves, but try recording yourself, give it a shot, and go to radio stations there. Yeah, you can go there, get some advice on how to go about it. Yeah, I think that's one thing that I can give them. Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, we're going to play a little bit of I think I should call it a game.
Okay.
So where you're going to choose either A or B. So I'm just going to ask you some questions and then you choose either A or B. So Spark or Zambia Compound?
I would say Spark.
Okay. Maiteneke or Senama?
Senama.
Why Senama?
Senama is just way too better. Yes, Maiteneke, maybe it's because I've not
been there.
Yeah, I know I've been there, but it's not because maybe I've not lived that much that side. But with Senama, I'm quite familiar with a lot of places, and it's much more fun in Senama than Maiteneke, I think.
Okay, Samfya Road or Chembe Road?
Samfya Road. Samfya Road, definitely.
Why Samfya Road, not Chembe?
Samfya Road, it's smooth. It's easy on your feet if you're driving. Maybe an automatic, on both roads, it's fine. But with a manual, but at least it's better on your feet. Yeah, because Chembe Road, we've got a lot of potholes, and then we've got those speed humps.
Speed humps.
It's crazy that side.
Okay. DJ Fresh, thank you so much for appearing on Past Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. Hopefully I get to come back.
Definitely. I think I had a good time, talking about the province Luapula, and I'm sure the listeners out there, you have learned one or two. Otherwise, thank you so much, Fresh, for being our guest.
No, thank you very much for having me.
All right, so I was just, having a chat with DJ Fresh, and we were just discussing the music in Luapula, and also trying to just talk about a little bit about radio and what is needed to improve the radio content, and also we touched a little bit on the presenters and the role that they play in improving these radio stations. Thank you so much, and hope to be together next week, same time, on another episode of Pass Podcast. Thank you so much.